Number 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. This place. I was in a building with lots of bookshelves in the distance when Atal opened his eyes. I can /T feel any signs of people looking around, and a properly quiet space is even comfortable to calm down my feelings. Only his footsteps echo around if he walks out of interest. Library. Make such an atmosphere felt, but as far as he could tell, this place was too vast, and such a library was not thought to be in Japan, or even abroad. Everywhere I looked, there were bookshelves everywhere, and I couldn't /T tell at first glance what book it was when I looked at the back cover. Are you awake? Atal is surprised at the voice he overheard from behind him and sends his gaze over there. I thought there was nobody around me when I was looking around. But the lord of the voice sat back loosely in the chair just outside Atal and was there with his assembled hands on his desk. Yes, since when? Who are you? Ho, I am sorry for calling out to you all of a sudden. God, I wish you could think of me as something like named God. He was an old man with long gray hair and a white beard laughing calmly. And he is dressed in a long robe of loose soft fabric. I almost overwhelm what frigid would a regular adder be if they told me about God or something, but the strange atmosphere of this place and above all the somewhat mysterious atmosphere of the old man made me accept it so much. God, huh? Well, it /s a place like this, it looks like that, and it /s no wonder they say that. It was a kick-ass word to say what you were joking about if you were told on the road, but being in this place had made that credible. It /s fast and helpful to understand. Quick question, remember what you were doing before you got here? Asked so by God, who narrowed his eyes, Adder evokes memories of the time before he came here, questioned but left to be asked. Sure. I should have been playing games at home. The one you always do. What Atal was playing in his memory was a gun shooting game that he played while holding a gun-shaped controller in VR. Atal, who had the opportunity to shoot a gun in a shooting range when he homestayed in the States when he was in high school, was to fall into this game of hands without forgetting what it felt like then. Once I knew how refreshing it was to accurately beat out enemies in the game, I was obsessed with putting it to the best of my abilities. Do you remember what happened after that? God goes on to ask Atal questions. However, although I tried to remember the way ahead, I had only memories as if everything had gone wrong, and Adder often thought with a wrinkle between his eyebrows. After playing the game. No, I can /T remember, I couldn't /T remember one thing after thinking about it more than once, so Atal, who gave it up, tells me the answer. Well. Then I /LL explain. Your lord stabbed you in the back the moment he was playing the game and removed the console. He lived alone and concentrated on the game, so he didn't /T seem to notice the intruder. It was a shocking word for Atal, who told him his cause of death, though God tells him to be nothing with the lightness of talking about today /s weather. Stabbed. So I am dead. God nodded quietly at the adder asking in confusion. The atmosphere of God had already told us that the fact of Atal /s death was a certainty. Oh, no, I still had a lot to do. Stunning Adder was invited by a colleague in the company to recall that he had promised to experience his first survival game the following Sunday. He had been interested in guns since he was a homestay, but I was sincerely looking forward to Sunday /s promises because he hadn't /T had the experience of getting everyone together and fighting in real life. God speaks in a gentle tone to a shoulder-dropping adder. Then why don't /T you go to a world of battle? Adder gives a face to the word of God that I don't /T even think about. I thought I was going to heaven or something like this because I was already dead. I called you here because I thought you weren't /T going to be reincarnated. It /s going to be a different world from Earth, but there /s a lot of fighting there. Some wars between countries, some battles against demons. In addition, there are some disturbing movements, and there are various problems everywhere. Let /s hope the Lord can get rid of one of them by going over there. I speak with a face that God was in trouble thinking about where that world was going. It doesn't /t seem to me that even though we are gods, we can give anything away. Reincarnation, but resistance to what is no longer me now. Giving up that you /t be able to do anything on your own without real combat experience when you go to a world like that. Atal hesitated from these two thoughts. You must be so anxious. God was reading Atal /s mind, which had not spoken to his voice. I am more fond of him for having common sense than a battle freak. But don't /t worry. Just go to the other world and fight, don't /t be too dangerous. I am going to do some services Atal looked up again to the word service. There /s a god laughing joyfully proposing with a tearful look on his face. Service. You gonna do something to me? God finally laughed at what he had eaten. The first one is about the memory that your Lord cares most about. I said reincarnation earlier, but it takes the form of metastasis. What do you say? That /s what warps the world. Then we can go there as the Lord is now with this proposal, every fear of the adder is dispelled. Light was dwelling in adder /s eyes on a suggestion that was convenient for me. The next thing I know. In the case of metastases, there is a physical alteration when going from Earth to that world. In doing so, the Lord /s physical abilities are raised to the bottom overall. And as a third, give your Lord a special weapon. What do you say with a gun like the one you used in the game you were just talking about? The world over there is a world of swords and magic, so you re not the only one with a gun. This proposal was also a fascinating story for Atal. I d be a lot more excited than a survival game if I could use my favorite gun to fight in real life. There will be resistance to killing people, but even if you hesitate to do so over there, you will die, so let s add some spiritual strength. Pretty good conditions are in place. Can I suggest it from me? Atal had come up with something as he indulged in the terms God gave him. Because of this, I had the expectation that if you could serve me so much, you might be able to ask me some questions. What is it? I don't t care, you can say it. God was interested in what Atal wanted because most things were meant to come true. Make the gun a sniper rifle. And I want the ability to produce bullets. Oh, is that good? God was surprised by adder /s suggestion because he thought he would want abilities such as immortality and magic. Oh, I just want the sniper rifle to be unbreakable maintenance. Free. Then I want the bullet to be more than just a lead bullet, I want it to be able to make bullets of all sorts of abilities. Atal thought if he was the only one with a gun, he wouldn't /t get a bullet. And because I heard it was a world of swords and magic, I would also need different kinds of ammunition to counter it. It /s funny. Let /s answer the Lord /s wishes, let /s make sure we can do another gun modification too. Cause it /s more interesting to be somewhat unscrupulous, I hear Atal /s proposal. God starts to smile like a prankster and get evil with this man wishing he was. Damn. That /s funny, then can you make one of these? Seeing such a divine laugh, adder is taken away for a moment, but soon that one is funny, and that /s fine. The two of us start examining various abilities. Because there is no bondage of time in this place, the two continued to talk for 3 days, then on Earth. And it was 4 days later in Earth time that Adder was headed into a new world. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.